G'day, welcome back to InSpike, the show that gives you the latest insight in news for athletics. Now, this is going to be a different episode. The next few episodes, I'm going to be trying things out, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't, seeing what catches the algorithm. This one is not going to be showing any clips or videos, and I'm going to be doing things a little differently. So this episode is purely focusing on the Rabat Diamond League. There are a couple big stories that have come out in the past week in some sprint news and some emerging sprinters. If you want to check out those stories, I highly suggest going to Total Running Productions or Jumpman on YouTube. They'll give you what you want to see. They kind of go over some of these big emerging athletes. But no. We're going to jump straight into the Rabat Diamond League 2025, and we'll go straight into it. Now, this is the third leg of the Diamond League, and we're just going to go through a couple highlights, see how it goes. Now, starting off with the women's 3K, with Beatrice Chebet from Kenya, running a time of 8:11:56. Now, this is a really significant time. This is only 5 seconds off of the world record. And yeah, second fastest time in history. Obviously got gold, and obviously a PB if it was the second to fastest time ever ran by anybody. Now this is a massive advantage heading into the Tokyo World Champs. You gotta have that kind of result, and also it might push her to break that world record. That'd be a 30-year record, or actually over 30 old, 32 years old. How crazy would that be? Now, we'll go over to the men's 800. Now, he is the birthday boy of the day, turned 26, Shapitso Masalela from Botswana, running a time of 1:42:69 in 800 meters, and it gave him a gold medal. Well, not a gold medal, but a first place in the Diamond League on your birthday. Pretty damn cool. And also, this was a world lead and to meet record. Bloody crazy. This was to beat Max Bergen and Emmanuel Wanioni. In the men's 3K, right, Soufiane El Bakali ran a time of 8 minutes, .70, so 8.0070, whatever you want to say. First place. Now, this is the fastest time currently from 2025, and it was a home crowd. Massive applaud. And in second place, we had Frederick Rupert from Germany, running a time of 8:01.49, so only a second behind. And this was a 26-year-old German national record that he broke. And the old record was 8:09:48 by Damien Calabis, 1999. That's a whole 8-second difference. It's massive. And yeah, now, one of the biggest stories of this Diamond League, I reckon, in my opinion at least, is the men's 100. In the 200, Leslie Tebogo was supposed to run. He also ran the 100, right? So, Akani Simbine, of course, obviously, if you saw the last video, you'd understand. He won it with a time of 9.95. Blazing, right? It's 3 wins in a row for Simbine, and still consistent sub 10. Now, Leslie Tebogo. What happened? If you want to go check the clip, go take a look at the clip. He ran a time of 10.43. Now that's still fast. But he got left in the dust by all the other boys in that race, right? And due to this performance, he pulled out of the 200 meter. Now, it was poor performance He also says that there was fatigue, part of the reason he pulled out. We don't know. Obviously, I'm not him. I'm not going to be able to ask him. So, yeah, we'll never know, but that's so sad that he pulled out of his main event. So that left the 200 meter to be won by Courtney Lindsay, with a time of 20.04. So, pretty decent race. Would have loved to see what Tebogo would have done, but we'll never know. Now that was a season best for Lindsay, and just had Fred Curley, the other USA, came third, 20.16. So it was a pretty tight race. Now the women's 100, we had Sharika Jackson from Jamaica winning that one with a time of 11.04. And the rest of the podium filled out was Maya McCoy and Jacius Shears. I butchered that name. I'm reading off notes over here. So, yeah, 2 USAs and Jamaican on the podium. Who would you expect from USA to be cleaning up podiums? We've had a few USA podiums recently. Yeah, we had Lindsay and Curley on the 200. We got McCoy and Shears on the 100 for women's. Now, in the 400 meter hurdles, who would you expect? None other than Femke Bol, with a time of 52.46. This is the women's 400 hurdles. That was her season opener and a meet record, and obviously had her dominant return to comp, so wouldn't expect anything less from her. Now, men's shot put. Peyton Otter Hall from the USA. He had a throw of 21.97, right? And that was to beat Joe Kovacs and Thomas Stanek. That's pretty much all the notes I have for that one. That's my bad. This was a very rushed episode. I had to pump something out, so I once again hugely apologise. Now, alright, now we got some ChatGPT history stuff. I don't know, I need to fill out time in this episode. This is what I came up with. Now, Rabat is one of the few African cities in the Diamond League circuit, promoting elite athletics across Africa. Thank you, ChatGPT. The Prince Moulay Abdallah Stadium. The Prince Moulay Abdallah Stadium has a capacity of about 53k and hosted the Diamond League since 2016, with COVID-19 exceptions. Morocco's national hero El Bakali has dominated the steeplechase at this meet in recent years. 2025 edition had one of the most competitive fields in recent Rabat history, especially in the middle distance events. Thank you, ChatGPT, for those amazing historical contexts. Now, while I was on ChatGPT, I was like, alright, chuck me just some quick stats. We got 3 stats to give you. There were 4 world leads from Chibet in the 3K, Masalela in the 800 meters, El Bakali in the steeple, and Lindsay in the 200. 2 meet records, Masalela in the 800 and Bol in the 400 hurdles, and 1 national record. It was from the German Rupert in the steeple. Alright, thank you for tuning in to InSpike. That was the Rabat Diamond League. That was so rushed, so shoddily put together, and I'm so sorry for how bad this was. I really, really hope that I can figure out my format soon, so that I can actually start pumping out some good content for you guys. But for now, I'll see you guys in the next one, in the next 10 with the top 10, and then we'll have InSpike later on. I have some new camera gear, and I'm going to be using them to do some training stuff, but for the next week or so, it is only going to be 10 with the top 10 and InSpike, just higher quality, hopefully. Catches.